Hi guys and dolls, I made a video, started making a video, and it decided to act stupid, so it's gone. Anyway, I'm gonna get straight to the point. I'm making progress on my hand, making a lot of progress. I can do that, and I can extend this thumb out quite a bit. It's almost there. Well, it might be there. I don't know. But it takes work. You know, it takes work. Let me see. Okay. So, as you know, I was so-called married to a narc, and he was emotionally dead, okay? Not in the beginning, because they're always going to be your knight in shining armor, and my life is no different from you guys. I've dealt with the same complexities in the same sucky relationships that a lot of y'all have had to deal with. I've dealt with as well. I'm no different than you all. And I knew he was the person I was with for 20 years on paper. I knew that he was a selfish creep. I knew that he was all about himself sometimes. Got angry because he felt like being angry. It was fun to be angry. But I didn't know to what extent he was ill, okay? Anyways, 2 years of being Mr. Wonderful, Mr. If you need something, get it. The price of something's not a problem, you know, this, that, and the other. And then we went from that, like I'd see a dress that would be expensive. And he'd say, well, go ahead and get it. And I'm like, I'm not getting it. You see the price of that? If you want it, get it. So I'm not one of those, all right? If it's too high, I could be drooling. If I look at it and I don't like the price, I don't want to get it. So anyway, he's like, get it. Look at the price. Get it. Okay, so that's how he was in the beginning. 2 years, that's how he was. My microwave broke. He got me another microwave. Just get another microwave. You need it, right? That was all a facade and an optical illusion, okay? After 2 years of him pretending to be Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Nice Guy. Oh, another thing. Let me interrupt myself for a second. When we were dating, we were having a normal conversation, and it went to the left, like, without warning. And all of a sudden, this fool says, out of nowhere, we weren't even having this conversation. Hold on, I'm going to try to make you a little more, that might be better. We're having this conversation, and out of nowhere, we weren't even discussing this. He said, out of nowhere, with no warning, he said, if somebody's going to be if there's going to be infidelity, you need to break up with the person you're with. You don't see other people. Where in the hell did that come from? You know what I'm saying? That didn't make any sense. Hold on to that thought, because you're going to need it later. So he was perpetrating, I'm loyal, I'm faithful, I don't believe in infidelity. That wasn't even the conversation we were having, so there was no reason for him to even go there. It was weird. And anyway, and then he started to, a lot of narcs, not all, but a lot of them have an issue with money. Money is their real wife. You'll never be their wife. Money is their wife, their woman, their confidant, their best friend, their everything. Okay? And I'm not a Bible beater, but the 10 Commandments, one of them says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. And if you're worshiping money, that's your idol. You're not supposed to have idols, okay? You got a lot of explaining to do when Judgment Day comes. Anyway, moving right along. So he went from Mr. Don't be unfaithful to you know, here's money. If you need it, get it, get it, get it. Don't worry about the price of the dress. Get it. You want a microwave? Get it. Get the nicer one. I mean, you don't want to have to buy another one in 6 months. Go ahead and get the nicer one. Yeah, right. So I found out recently, well, first of all, let me backtrack. There was a point in time, he's across the road truck driver, okay, long distance, comes home, you know, at that time, came home every couple of months, and got to the point where he said, Missouri is awful, I hate being in Missouri, 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 Missouri. And I said, you don't have to bring your ass back here. And that's when we were dating. You don't have to bring your ass back here. It's just that simple. Who does that? Stop it. Don't fall down. I'm not playing with you. Who does that? And once I told him you don't have to come back, then he shut his mouth about it. Keep that in your mind too, because you're going to need that too. Anyway, it went from Mr. Generous to selfish with money. Over the years, it got worse and worse and worse and worse. And he'd say things like, we just paid that bill. I'm like, yeah, last month. Who doesn't know you pay a bill every month? He didn't want to spend his precious money, honey. That's what that is. So the facade and the fake person you saw in the beginning, and baby, they are so fake. Academy Award for Best Actor goes to, and I'm sure everybody that is watching this could fill in the damn blanks, okay? The acting is just over the top. The real him is the person who, his money is his money. That's his woman. That's his everything. He was started comparing Missouri. Now, put your stupid cap on, because you're going to need to, because otherwise it's not going to make any sense. Why do you pay that much for electric? Because I do. That's what they charge. And I'm real good about lights. I don't have lights on like all the time. I don't do that. I'm very frugal with that because I know that they were raping us on the electric bill. Thank you, Kansas City Power and Light, KCP&L. Thank you. Greedy little somethings. Anyway, my mom is in Pennsylvania, and my mom don't pay nowhere near that. I said, do I live in Pennsylvania? Do I? What in the hell are you even talking about? She was probably also a senior citizen. Well, she was a senior citizen, so I'm sure she had a discount on her bill. Plus, she had, when her husband died, you know, she had benefits from when her husband died, and she had her retirement and all that. So, like, what in the hell are you even talking about? Argued me to the point where it was just disgusting, and it was an every month fight. I've still continue, even though I'm divorced from the bastard, I still have to deal with him holding on to his precious money with a death grip. Somebody in his family taught him to be a selfish prick. And your money is your everything. You don't share with nobody. Drilled that in his head. Drilled it in his skull. And because he's stupid, he fell for all that. He's like, yeah, that's right. My money is mine. When you get married, dummy, it's not about you. Okay, stupid? It's not about you. And I said to him, of course, I'm using logic, right? And there will always be a fight with money until I can make my own. And then he can go dive into a shark's mouth as fast as possible. I'd like to watch him get eaten up, too. That'd be cool. Although the shark will probably spit him out because he's loaded with acid. But anyway, just a horrible, 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 sick person. Sick. Okay? There's something I told you to hold on to. Oh, infidelity. And I don't believe in infidelity. No. There's part of that he forgot to say. I don't believe in infidelity when it comes to you. I can be unfaithful because I'm already king of the world. Not king of the jungle. The lion is the king of the jungle. I'm king of the world, the universe, okay? He has been unfaithful for 20 plus years, and we've been together for 20 plus years. One of the people that he couldn't keep undressing, she lives in St. Louis, Missouri. No, wait a second. Hold it. She's in St. Louis. But you hate Missouri. Did you or did you not say you hate Missouri? Didn't you say that? Right. In other words, I'm tired of being here with you in Missouri. I like to be with her because I've been humping her for 20 years and it's been great. She doesn't have a career. She doesn't make money. I don't either, but I was also disabled. I'm pretty sure she's not. But he's okay with that because you're vulnerable. You don't have any money and you're lonely and you got nobody. So I'm going to swoop in there and I'm going to be in control of your damn money. That's what's going to happen because I can't survive unless I'm in control. That's how a narcissist thinks. I will be the boss of you and everybody else. Anybody who's vulnerable, I'm going to swoop in and pretend to be the nicest guy in the world. I was blindsided because I had no idea that he was a snake to the extent that I found out. I didn't know he was that much of a snake, but it makes sense because the busiest time of the year, the summer, he's sitting on his butt with no loads. No, he wasn't. He also had some chick in California that he was involved with. He also claimed he was rubbing elbows with the mafia. No, the hell he was not. Okay? The mafia is involved with the trucking industry, but they don't sit there and they're next to your cubicle while you're sitting in there if you have a desk job or they're talking to you on the radio. They're not in it like that. Okay? And that's coming from a friend of mine, born and raised in New York, and he knows about mafia. He's been exposed to all kinds of crap in his lifetime. He's like, no, they're not in there like that. In his little twisted brain, the mafia is exciting. So he has to make it like, oh yeah, me and the mafia, we hang together, we work together. No, the hell they don't. He was fascinated with one of his female friends, could have been a girlfriend for all I know. I don't know. And one of her boyfriends was a Crip or a Blood. And he's going to be besties with him because he's fascinated with that lifestyle. But the delusions in his head, oh yeah, I rub elbows with the mafia. You don't rub elbows with Jack and shit, and Jack left town. Okay, sit down somewhere. The illusions and delusions, just really wow. Yeah, so he was hoeing around for the whole time we were together. Mr. I don't believe in infidelity. Liar. You're a freaking liar. How can you be so slimy? How can you do that? And then society and other people wonder why women don't want to be damn bothered no more. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Of course they don't want to be bothered because they don't want to deal with that. Because he's going to be your bestie in the beginning. He's going to be your everything. You understand that? Everything. Romantic, seductive, considerate. Everything you need, you got. Birthday gifts, trips out of the country. Fought with me, pick fights with me every day. Every day. Every time we left the country, he picked fights with me, arguments, because that gets him off. So let's start our vacation off on a bad, in a bad light. And eventually one of the trips, I said, I'll tell you what, if you don't lose the attitude, I will go on this vacation by myself. And if you think I'm playing, try me. Try me. Girls, ladies, you got to be smart. You got to avoid these mofos. Let them, don't rush into anything. I didn't rush into anything, and I still got had and bamboozled and hoodwinked. I'm a lot smarter now. And we all belong to the same group that we really don't want to be part of, the infidels. The people that cannot, I have to say that for dramatic purposes, infidels. But people that cannot be faithful, people that are abusive mentally. Yes, he was very nasty when he got angry and hostile, and many times I had to tell him, you better shut your damn mouth talking to me like that. I'm not your ex-wife. You better watch your freaking tone talking to me like that. Oh, and I would get, one time I screamed at him so hard, my throat was bothering me afterwards. We don't need to be living with that. Men too, because women, men are, women are narcissistic too. I'm just talking about my personal experiences. I'm not bashing men. Some of y'all are decent, and I love you for being decent. Thank you. For being normal in the head. Thank you. It just blindsided me. A friend of mine was like, well, you guys are divorced. Oh, yeah, well, right. But I didn't know he was poking everybody, and I damn sure didn't know he was sticking somebody for 20 plus years.